All right, welcome back again to part 9 of the A Nightmare on Elm Street and Phantasm drawing. So basically what I'm going to do is apply a lot of shading and cross-hatching in accordance to the sunlight which is coming from the upper right corner, okay? And so I did the house in the last lesson, I did the tall man. I'll go ahead and keep doing the dwarves as well. And we're going to go ahead and focus on what's in the foreground, which are the 3 girls, the dimensional fork, and Kruger himself. And so we're going to start with the dimensional fork here. Start giving that some value. There we go. There we go. And we'll just apply the same thing to the other pole. There we go. All right, so the sun's coming this way, so we're going to start with this girl right here and go ahead and shade her right side of her body. Do some of her arm as well. Some of her face, her hair. Okay. We'll also apply some shading in other parts of her body, you know. Okay, but primarily the left side of her body is receiving that sunlight. There we go. There we go. Get her leg. Okay, great. Do the same thing to the girl next to her. There we go. And the next girl. Great. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go over to Freddy, okay? And the sunlight is beating on his left side of his body, okay? So we're going to go darken this up a little bit. So you guys can see this. Okay, great. We'll go ahead and shift this around a little bit. Okay. More lines you apply over the lines that you have already established, that area becomes darker and darker. give his shoe some darkening as well. Be nice if we could get this thing done today. There's some things I like to add on to this before we call it quits. Namely those vultures, because they have a way of making a horror movie or drawing more horrifying, more crepuscular, okay, more terrifying. Okay, so there we have it. Basically all figures are shaded the way they should be. Okay, now we gotta cast that shadow. Okay, of course some shading right here with that glove. There we go. Okay, so since the light source is coming from this direction, so we're talking maybe their shadow's approximately like around here. Try to make that head a little straighter. Well, we could probably just leave it like that. There we go. Okay, the middle figure is also cast in the shadow. And so is the third one. Okay, so it's all three of them. There we go. All right, now Freddy. His will be a little difficult. We'll try to pull it off anyways. I think this would be good enough for this particular figure's shadow. Make it more profound. Okay, here we go. You want to do the pole. The pole is also a victim of that angle, that light source. So are the balls. There we go. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and draw in some vultures. I'll be right back. Just 1 second. Okay, we're going to go ahead and draw one. I don't usually draw vultures for the first time, actually, so we're going to go draw one right on the rooftop here. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go with that jelly bean shape. We got to keep that size and proportional to the size, his size and proportional to the size of the structure, okay? Okay, so you got some vultures right here. The wing, of course. Well, we can have his wings, how if we have his wings spread out? That would look really good. I wasn't going to go with that idea, but I was going to go ahead and just have his wings folded down as if he's just relaxing and chilling, but I want to give the picture some intensity, you know what I mean? There we go. Let me see here. I gotta give him a long neck so that we know for a fact it is a vulture, okay, and not a crow or something. There we go. Okay. When I lived in Florida, vultures were everywhere. There were the black vulture, the turkey buzzard. And when something died out there in the wilderness, especially near the canals, dozens of them would be swarming around that particular point, and you knew something was up. But they were fun to look at, I'll say that. To keep the environment nice and clean. Part of the reason why we're here alive is because they keep the environment disease-free from all these rotted bodies and corpses and carcasses, actually, and maybe even a corpse if it's a homicide, but it's a different situation. Be that as it may, they do keep the environment nice and clean, nice and clean. If it wasn't for them, there'd be all kinds of diseases attacking us. So where I'm getting at is the vulture deserves way more credit than it gets. Absolutely. So much so that I might even do a drawing. I might even do a gouache painting or a hard sketch of a vulture as a thank you to that species, because they're very, very beneficial, if you ask me. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and draw one just like swimming around here. I gotta be careful with that size because I want to keep everything proportional. There we go. Okay, and its wing is like this, kind of like that. Because he's so far away, I'm not going to get too paranoid with the details. Okay, I will draw his tail. It's like a fan-shaped tail. And of course, that head is kind of sticking out. Originally, I was going to draw crows, but I drew those in another drawing. I got a little tired of drawing them, so I figured drawing a vulture or vultures would be something different, you know. So, okay, do this. I thank you all for watching. You guys have been great, keeping track of my works and everything. You know, you guys are really fantastic. Let me go ahead and redo that head. I'm drawing behind the camera here, and it's really difficult. So just to give you a heads up, I might have to draw his head probably closer to his body. But we'll make that beak apparent, where you could actually determine what kind of a bird he is. There we go. All right. I think that's as far as I'm going to go with the vulture, because we got these other got the spheres deploring about. You know, too much is too much if you ask me. Another thing I want to do before I depart is draw some shadowing for the posts. Okay, so the light source is coming this way, and there's the one post's shadows cast like right around here, based on my experience in shadowing figures and objects. There we go. Okay, same principle applies for the other pole of the dimensional fork. Okay, there we have it. All right. I'll go ahead and assign my promoter here at the bottom right corner. Maika-Machang, there we go. What am I going to do now is add some more shading, because what we have here essentially is a horror drawing. And when you're dealing with horror art, the first principle that comes to mind to apply is shadowing. It requires a lot of shadowing. Okay, that's basically the situation. Because we're not drawing anything fun here or anything pleasant. We're drawing something that's horrifying, and we got to keep that theme continuing. There we go. Make it nice and dark. Oh, this is looking nice. Looking really nice. Okay. We'll add some shade at the bottom here. And whatever's dark at the bottom, it has to be dark at the top so as to create a balance. Okay, so we're going to go ahead like we did on the side here. We created some shadowing on the side. All right. We'll have to do the same thing on the opposite side, so that the picture appears well balanced. Again, that's what we want. That's our goal. Do his shoe. There we go. We're going to go ahead and do the sky. It's going to be like a gradient, you know. The higher you go up, the darker the sky becomes. And as it's going, trickling downward to the bottom of the picture, the lighter it becomes. So it's all good.